Hello and welcome to my solo RPG journal. This is new. We're live and we're going to play a game of the Alchemist journal. We're going to see what happens next. I'm interested to see how this works. This first time going live on YouTube. I haven't set a thumbnail, so I'll be interested to see if it is the first thing that comes through when the stream starts coming through. We're on a little bit of a delay. But yeah, I guess if you're actually listening to this, then you are watching it back, because I don't have any viewers as yet. But if anyone does join me, we can... Ooh, I've got a notification on my phone. So if I jump in there, I can in fact see that we are live. That is very cool. So, you'll have to forgive some of the background noise. I know that there's a fan going and my chair is noisy as hell. But we will just have to work through that. Alright. So, in the last session, what happened? We're on day 5. Yes, so after Gabriel's new alter ego, or new identity, Celestina had gone out on the town to see if she could find anything out from drunks. She went back, turned back into Gabriel. Following day, Hornum, the guard friend, did not show up. He, if I remember correctly, he had agreed to bring any information by if he came about any, in case Gabriel could be of use. As Gabriel was, looking for essence. So if the guard thought that, or Gabriel's guard friend thought that he could be useful in the search for essence, then he would come to him with some information. Gabriel then went running around the town looking for somebody else to give him some help. So we instead went looking for Kelgian, as at the time essence is essentially a dead end. Went to the town hall. The town hall clerk did know where he was, but he wasn't at the town hall. So we got sent back to the guild, which we'd spent the last few days out looking for essence. Kelgian wasn't easy to find. We did run into Traran, or go asking for Traran's help, and he was pretty unwilling to give us any kind of information or help. Wouldn't introduce us to Kelgian, but would say that he was still around at the guild. So spent a bit of time looking for him. Found him in the back room of a shop when he was ready to see us. He was pretty interested to have a chat. He is looking for essence, and is going to use Gabriel's for help in looking for her. So we've now got the two of those things going together, and that is going to be essentially Gabriel's payment for getting him to assess his skills and give him a license, or give him the an okay to, yes, you are okay, you can go and get a license. Get a vouch. That's the word I'm looking for. So, he did know that the last place Essen was seen was out on the town with her friends at the Absent Jackal's Tavern. So if you have been watching, you might remember that on the first night Gabriel was in town, he stayed in the tavern that he had booked a room in, but at the bar spent his time trying to find out about the local, about the town and what was going on. He made some friends, Hornum the guard being one of them, and there was a group of girls that were out there just wanting to be left alone, and some drunks had other ideas, and so he got his guard friends to throw them out. So, as the oracle answered the questions, it became obvious to put her in this group. So, I believe that we left the session with Gabriel being sent to speak to her friends. So, we're going to need some new characters. We're going to need to find we're going to need some new characters. So, I want a UNE character. Okay, Oracle. So I've added in a bunch of oracles into Emacs, and I just don't remember what they're called. UNE NPC Creator. That sounds good. So we need to assign a randomness level. Order, calm, standard. Wouldn't be disarray or chaos. Just a friend of someone. Calm. Okay, a titled commoner, slightly weaker than the party. Okay, so we did actually have at one point we did go back and work out what our... Where did I put them? What the levels of nobility, the class levels were in this city. And of course, I have lost them. Oh, here we go. Social classes. So, we have the priesthood, the old merchants, the officer class, the warrior class, the guard, and then everyone else. Given that... I think that we should make the character... Or maybe we should ask the question. So, is the character someone in the Merchant's Guild that has a Merchant's Guild title, or is the character someone from one of the other classes? At which point, we've got 6 there. She's titled, so she's not a commoner. So we can roll a d6. 3. I probably should have stated that I was putting the Merchant's Guild at the bottom on number 6. Got a 3, so that's the officer class. So, okay. Officer in the guard. So, we've got the titled commoner. So a knight. Now, here's a question. Titles. Do we go with the standard Sir, Madam, Dame? It's Sir or Dame. That's what it is in our own medieval society. Do we do something else? Dragon Age, for instance, went Sir, S-E-R, just in general for everyone, and it wasn't gendered, which I actually quite liked. Yeah, let's just do that and call everyone Sir, and we can work out others as needed. So, what's going on here? It's better. Race. So we'll go human, elf, dwarf. Human 1 to 3. Elf, dwarf, other. Elf. With a 4. Okay. So we want name, role, oracle, elf female name, Sir Zinrona. Zinrona? A titled commoner, so not a hereditary knight? I don't really know how any of that works. I should learn that. But she's been risen to the nobility. She's been raised to the nobility due to service, but is probably some kind of administrative officer, maybe? Slightly weaker than the party, so parties are set ostensibly 10th level. Motivations: administer sensuality, rob myths, and understand riddles. Okay, so she is administer sensuality. Alright. Rob myths and understand riddles go well together because they paint the picture of someone who is very into what is. This is like this. That is not special. That is not mystical. There's nothing special behind that. You know, it's not magic. It's, some kind of flammable thing. Tries to take the mystery out of things and understands everything as a bit of a riddle. So some kind of scientist, perhaps, or some kind of very analytical person. So that's going to be pretty interesting. So she's the one that we're looking for. So where would she be? So she could be at the town hall, because we did establish that she is some kind of military officer. So let's actually take a note of that. Military officer. So she could be either at the town hall, at the barracks, or so we would have a barracks in town. We have the walls. She could be on the walls. She could be out on patrol. I was thinking she's an administrative officer. I'm not sure. That's a decision I've made. So she's not out on patrol. She's going to be at the walls, at the keep, at the barracks, or at the town hall. So town hall, barracks, walls, keep, 1 to 4, I have a D4. 3. I said at the walls, so we had a north, a south, and a west gate. So west gate. So the question is, how long does it take Gabriel to find that out? I don't think it would be particularly hard, so I'm not going to roll gather information for it, but I will roll the time aspect of it. 2 hours. So we're starting to get to the afternoon. I reckon early afternoon at this point. Gabriel discovers that she is at the west gate and heads over there. So, Gabriel comes up to the... Was Kelgian going to come with? We're just going to say that he wasn't. Too bad if he was. He's decided he's not coming. So Kelgian... so Gabriel goes to the west gate to meet Sir Zinrona. So I guess we're going to... We'll just roll a perception check, a spot check, to see if we can see her around. She's not particularly trying to hide, but I'm just going to use the roll to determine whether or not she's out in the open or... where is Spot? Okay. Yeah, I probably shouldn't have bothered rolling that. I should be doing something different, I think. He sees her wherever it is that she is. So I guess we're not going to have her standing on the gate. She's going to be inside, so the wall will have an interior. It's built up. It has ramparts. So she's going to be inside some kind of gatehouse. And he's going to locate her pretty easily, spotting probably the lone elf inside. The city is mainly human, except I keep rolling dwarves. And he's going to walk up to the nearest officer that hails him. And so we're going to see some officer come over, male, female. Male officer come over and approach him and say, "Hold, sir. Can I ask what your business here is at the gate? You don't seem to be you're heading into the guardhouse there as opposed to trying to pass through." And Gabriel's going to say, yes, no, I'm here on guild business. I'm here to see Sir Zinrona, if I can. And she's going to say, "Oh, guild business, so you're a member of the guild." And Gabriel's going to say, "Well, no, I'm just trying to join at the moment, and I've been told to help out with a few things while all of that gets sorted. In particular, I'm just thinking about how going to the guard and saying, hey, we're wanting to make ourselves available to... Oh, I can't say that. Oh, I can say that. It's just a lie. That's fine. In particular, we're looking for information on one of... so we're looking to speak... What would he say? We're looking for information on one of our own members and their whereabouts, and Sir Zinrona was seen with them. We are, of course, the guild is, of course, doing its own investigation into that, and we're hoping that we can, if not work together, at least be cooperative with each other. And so, I'm going to roll a diplomacy check to see how the guard reacts to that. Oh, okay. That is almost as good as I can roll with a 19 on the die there. So skills. This is not something that is going to really be visible on stream, is it? I wonder if I can scale this up. Diplomacy. Okay. So they were indifferent to us a second ago. They are now friendly. Brilliant. Rolling above a 25 is all you need for that. 40 for helpful. 120 for fanatic. Ooh, that sounds a bit scary. So he's going to go, oh yeah, sure. No worries, mate. Suddenly very friendly there. Yes, sure, we can help. I'll speak to... What's her position there? I'll speak to Sir Zenrona and see if she's willing to talk to you. So he's going to head back into the building, and we rolled well, so he's friendly to us. She is pretty indifferent. But, so she'll probably come out at least, and so the question is going to be, how does she want to interact with us? So, jumping back into the oracles, roll oracle, UNE, I can spell, conversation mood, so she is neutral, and roll oracle, UNE, ooh, is she neutral? She's probably distrustful of someone that she's never heard of. She would know that Keljan is running the investigation. So we're going to use that second one. I haven't looked at this first one yet. Oh, neutral. Cool. Conversation mood, sociable. NPC relationship is distrustful. Cool. Okay. And we're going to... No. Get a... UNE... importance, and her demeanor is... She's not going to be scheming, not going to be insane, not friendly, not hostile, could be inquisitive, it's not knowing, not mysterious, not prejudice. So, inquisitive it is. Get rid of that V. Okay, so she's suspicious of me. Easy. That makes a lot of sense. So she's going to come out and say, yes, now you're here about... Who was it? You're here about an incident that I might know something about. And Gabriel's going to say, yes, sorry, now I'm Gabriel, I'm new to town, I'm trying to join the Merchants Guild, and I'm actually an alchemist. I'm looking to get a guild assessment done so that I might join the guild and set up a shop. And she's going to go, okay, and I think she's probably going to pick up, because she knows that her friend Essence is an alchemist. And she's like, and that has to do with me. What exactly? And he's going to say, well, your friend, Essence, has gone missing. And because I have a particular interest in getting an assessment done, and she was one of the people that would be able to do an assessment for me. I've been looking for her for the past few days, and so Keljin, another member of the guild who was running a bit of a internal investigation as to where she might have gone, thought it might be prudent to get my help as an outsider, given that I have a personal interest in finding her. So he's asked me to come to talk to you. So I guess the question is, Hornum, Gabriel's been talking to Hornum about this, so she might know about Gabriel. So, has she heard? We'll ask the Oracle. Ask a question. Does she know about Gabriel? I'm going to say 50-50 because while people wouldn't necessarily tell her, the fact that she's involved in the situation means that someone might have actually done so. So no, she hasn't heard about Gabriel from Hornum or anyone else. And so just being a little bit suspicious of him, she's going to say, okay, yes, so that's very interesting, but if you're not really a member of the guild yet, I don't really have any way to trust you. It's very good that you do want to find Essence if she is indeed missing. And so Gabriel's going to say, well, yes, she hasn't been seen. And it does sound like no one has seen her since the other night when you were at the the Absent Jackal's Tavern. So how does she react to this? Like, well, I think that okay, so guy obviously knows, is suspicious, but she's also inquisitive, and so she's going to, well, she doesn't trust anything Gabriel says. She's going to ask him some questions. Going to ask, okay, and how do you know that we were together at the Absent Jackal's Inn? And he's going to say, well, look, Keljin asked me to come and speak to you for that very reason. I'm not sure where he heard it, but he did send me to speak to you about it to see if you could remember anything. I do remember, I do know that there was at least one man that got kicked out of the tavern for approaching your group. Do you think that that could have anything to do with it? And she's going to go, I see. Does she recognize Gabriel from the tavern? Now, this is unlikely. Gabriel didn't deal with the guy. Unlikely. No, she does not. So yeah, Gabriel didn't deal with the guy. She got Hornum to deal with the guy. And I think she's going to say, the one that Hornum kicked out. And he's going to say, yes, the guard, the Dwarven guard named Hornum kicked him out, I do believe. And she's going to go, yes, that is interesting. Do you know anything about him? Have you talked to him? Gabriel's going to say, no, I haven't. I'm not sure who he is exactly, except that he was apparently a little bit bitter about it. drunks, unfortunately. Hopefully that's all it was, but I've heard that there have been other, and I think at that point she's just going to say, okay, who's your source? Because I think she knows the whole guard are going to know about the vampire. And I think he's going to say, well, I've been talking to quite a few people and there's quite a few rumors out. But I honestly did speak to Hornum about it. And she's going to go, okay, look, let's roll diplomacy and see how she's taking all of this. Are we going to class her as unfriendly? I think we are. So okay. Okay, so he's gotten above 15. So she's going to stop being as distrustful and just going to go, look, there's not really much I can tell you. We were out, we left on our separate ways. I don't know where she went after that. Did she leave by herself? Did Essence leave by herself? 50-50, we have no idea. Yes, she did. Okay. So Essence did leave by herself. And look, I don't know where she went after that. She seemed fine. I'm sure you would know if something, as you have connections with the guild, would know if she had some issues at work. Unless, of course, they're trying to cover that up. But no, I don't know anything that can actually help. And she's probably going to be openly perturbed about the fact that she can't help. Not necessarily because she wants to help Gabriel, but because she wants to help her friend. So that's she's going to say, look, is there anything else, anything in particular that you want to know about? And I think that she is pushing to see if he's got any other information, any other questions, because that would mean that she might know anything. And she's going to say, Gabriel's going to say, no, he doesn't, because he hasn't been given anything, just that he has heard that there were 3 victims, but that information was all information he got from the guard. And she's going to say, look, I appreciate that you're trying to help. I appreciate that because you are an outsider. Just watch everything, watch your own back, and if you do happen to hear anything, come and let me know. I will be around. And Gabriel's going to say, okay, thank you very much. Do you think that there's anyone else I should go and talk to? Should I talk to any of your other friends? And here I'm just going to roll a die, 50-50, yes or no. Yes, okay. So, the question is, who is she going to send him off to see? Someone who was there that night, or someone who wasn't? Someone who was there that night, so part of the group. Yes. So another lady. They were having a girls' night out. And I think there was probably 3 or 4 of them. So, UNE, NPC creator. Standard. A revolting rogue, slightly stronger than the party. Strive medicines. What does that mean? Comprehend gluttony. Okay, so she has some interest in trying to understand people who seek some kind of excess or do things in excess. Possibly eating. Probably eating. And she wants to discourage pain. So strive medicines, strive to make medicines. Maybe someone who is an aspiring alchemist. Someone who's sort of gotten on to maybe an apprentice or something. Yeah, let's go with that. So, friend-apprentice type person. A revolting rogue. So, that's interesting. Let's see, human, elf, dwarf, or other. And he was rolling a d6 for that. Human. Human name. Human female name. Nan. Give her a surname. Human surname. Nan Albinas. Okay. So Nan Albinas, the revolting rogue, slightly stronger than the party. Where would she be? Okay. So she's a revolting rogue. She's probably... Is she a guild member? So I rolled a yes, so... She's either fairly new... She could be... a shopkeep, a runner, a rogue. Where are we going with the rogue? She's doing some kind of thing in relations, perhaps, between different people, and the guild. God, that chair is noisy. I really need to look into dealing with that. Let's see, where would she be? She could be at the guild. She could be off searching for essence. Oh. Yeah, I've got an idea as to where she is, but we wouldn't go there. I don't think that... Yeah, we wouldn't be sent there. I'm just thinking that she could be going through Essence's stuff at her house looking for clues. So is she skulking around somewhere, or is she at the guild, or is she out doing guild business? So I've got 3 options. So she's skulking about. Okay. She's skulking about looking for essence. At which point she's actually going to be quite difficult to find. And so what was it? Sir Zenrona is going to say, I don't know where she is, but if anyone's going to know anything, it's going to be Nan Albinas. She is trying to get Essence to teach her how to make potions and medicines and other things, trying to apprentice herself to Essence. So she's quite attached, and is probably skulking around looking for her somewhere. No idea where. So, good luck with that. Going to give Gabriel some kind of description. I really need to get a physical description random generator thing. And anyway, she's going to give him some kind of description and to wish him good luck. Telling him maybe start at the Absent Jackals, but who knows? Which is good because it's a little bit past lunchtime. So Gabriel's going to head over to the Absent Jackals and start looking for Nan Alvanas. So gather information roll. Let's gather information. Okay. Want to find out about a specific room, a specific item, something along. The check is going to be 15 to 25. So I think 20 is fair. It's just a rogue running around town. So it's just a matter of finding someone who's seen her recently. It's going to be 25 because she might not be somewhere that is visible to people. So, how did we do? What is our... Oh god. No, I can't make that. Yeah, I can't make that if that's a 25. That's no good. So we're going to spend 2 hours looking for her, and before basically realizing that it's a little bit futile to go looking for someone. Would have started the Absent Jackals, had lunch. Maybe I do beat 15. So I rolled a 17, and 15 is 10 is the DC for major news items. 15 to 25. I said 25 to find her. I think that 15 would get me some people that at least know who she is and can maybe tell me something about her. But nothing helpful. Maybe something that can set me up for looking for her later. So she often comes to the Absent Jackals. And maybe another place. Maybe there is another bar that we get. So behind... I can go to behind the tables. Okay, so city landmarks and districts, maybe. I think that probably works pretty well. Food, factions groups. Breakfast. Oh, that's cool. Guard city or town. City landmarks and districts is where we're at. Quick city building. So, breakfast at City Cafe. Not really what I'm looking for. Watchman. No, that's not what I'm looking for. Quick city building. 1d10 geography. Oh no, that's for building a city quickly. Not quite what I'm after. So this is probably the one to roll. So let's roll a random city features landmark. 11. Marketplace. And 18. Okay, so a marketplace in the Civic Centre. She's been seen around a marketplace in the Civic Centre. Okay, so Gabriel will head over to that. We're going to say it's not the guild. It's just going to be... There'd be stalls. I think that we've got a town hall. So the city has a keep, which is the military base. And then it's got a town hall. I think the city spreads out around the keep. And close to the keep, we would have a town hall, which is where the city is governed from for the commerce and everything like that. And there they would have a large square so that they can have assemble the people in the square, which likely has doubles as a market with stalls around on the sides of the things, on the walls and everything. Things that can be, stalls that can be moved easily. So, he's going to head out there and start looking for Nan. So... I don't think he's going to try and be particularly subtle about anything. So he's going to straight up just walk in and have a glance around, and let's see if he can spot. He's really good at spot. The fun thing with D&D. So the reason I wanted to play through third ed for this is because I wanted the game to all be about skill checks like we're doing now, and fifth ed is all just you are proficient or you aren't proficient, whereas third ed gives you levels of detail. However, then in order to just not die in a couple of episodes at level 1, I started with higher level characters, which means that some skills I'm actually quite good at, and it's going to be difficult to fail at a spot roll unless the DC is quite high. So I'm looking for someone who I don't... Actually, I think that spot, if we look at the rules... is it this? What's back? I need to... Shift H. Spot. So she's not actually actively trying to hide from me, but she might be trying to hide herself. So there's a question. Is she trying to hide herself? I think this is actually likely. Let's actually use the Oracle. Is Nan trying to stay hidden? I need to actually roll Oracle ask question. Is Nan trying to stay hidden? I think it's pretty likely. Yes, she is. Okay, good. So, she is slightly stronger than the party, so she's going to have a decent hide, which she will have rolled. So let me roll I've got 2 dice of different colours. One for her and one for him. So she's going to have... Spotter is not distracted, but the distance is going to be another issue. So the town's going to be reasonably large. 10 feet is 2... Just roll the raw number of feet as well. Okay, so 60 feet. So she basically gets +6. He's, I think, gonna win. So before modifiers, apart from this distance thing, he's got 2 higher on the die. I don't actually have a stat block for her, which is probably the issue that I'm going to have with 3rd ed, but I know that his spot could be better, but I think that he will actually manage to see her. Amazingly. Alright. So basically what I did was I rolled a d10 and said we're going to subtract that from Gabriel's roll, and he still rolled higher. Okay. So he's going to see a hooded lady skulking about in the shadows, watching something. Not really wanting to be seen, but watching something happening in the town. And so I think he's going to, instead of going and just walking up and talking to her, I think he's going to sit down somewhere where he can see her, where she can see him, but he can also see the crowd, the direction that she is watching. He's not going to hide himself, and when she does look over to see him, can I... Yeah, so he's going to roll just a general hide, but he's going to nod to her when she looks over, or wave or something, so that she knows that he knows that she's there and he's not interfering with her. Though she's going to find it pretty suspicious anyway. Huh. Okay, so natural 20 on the die there, so I've rolled as well as I can on a hide check, which isn't anywhere near as good as my spot. But it's going to allow... I don't think I'm going to have to worry about whoever she's watching seeing him. Or if she sees me, she sees... if whoever she's watching sees her, she sees me as well. So, I think that we rolled fairly even there. I'm actually thinking that, given that I've been going for an hour, that might be a good place to leave it. That way, when we start off in the next session, we're starting off with something actually happening, as opposed to Gabriel wandering around trying to work out what's going on, which is what the last couple of sessions have felt like a little bit. But we've made a little bit of progress with finding people, at least. Whether or not this is going to lead us anywhere, we will see in the next episode, I'm sure. So, if you do come along and watch this, and you think it's interesting, I invite you to come and join me when I'm live streaming next, as I will, if I've got watchers commenting in the chat, I will actually try to involve you in different at different times. Like, I've had to make a number of random decisions throughout the course of this, and